Yo, welcome to the 12th episode of the Positive Outlook Podcast. My name is Gabe.
My name's Caleb.
I hope you guys are having a great Tuesday. Sorry, we dropped the website. What was it, yesterday or today?
It was yesterday.
Sunday? Well, I guess since you guys are
2 days
watching
ago.
this, it'll be Monday. But yeah, so we dropped the website on Sunday. Merch is now available for purchase on there. We have the black hoodies. We have the white hoodie. Just kidding. He's not wearing a white hoodie. He's just wearing a green tee. But they are on there. Super sick merch. I think we have 91 of the Century Club hoodies remaining. And then these are just the original Positive Outlook hoodies, so we don't have a limit on those. But the merch is up, and we are planning on dropping a new item soon. That's going to be exciting. Pay attention for that. That'll be awesome. But other than that,
Wait, we have one more announcement.
oh, what's that?
We're doing a giveaway at 200 subscribers.
A giveaway at 200 subscribers. Do you know what we're giving away yet?
It's a surprise.
It's a surprise.
As we inch closer, maybe we'll tell you, or maybe you just have to wait.
We are currently, while recording, we are at 155 subscribers. So we're closer to 200 than we are to 100 now, which is a huge milestone. Big shout out to all you guys for staying in and, tuning in every episode and dropping the subscribes. So thank you so much. I mean, that's what I have to say.
Yeah, absolutely. We appreciate you guys.
Yeah. So, but before we get into today's episode, you said you have a question of the day.
I do.
What is it?
If you got the opportunity, would you work for the CIA?
For the CIA.
And no, this isn't a job offer or anything.
Oh, I was like, should I give you my resume? What does it matter what kind of job I'm doing for the CIA?
If you're doing something bad.
What do you mean by that? You're trying to call me out? What am I doing that I don't know
For
about?
example, it's like, have you ever heard of the movie American Made?
Yeah, with Tom Cruise.
Yeah. He has to transport guns illegally to the cartel.
You know what? So I didn't mean to cut you off there. I'm sorry. Actually, I saw it was pretty recently in the news. They caught like one of the world's biggest hackers.
Really?
And as they were taking him out in handcuffs or whatever, he was laughing, and it's like everyone was saying like, oh, they know they're gonna hire him or whatever. So that's why he's like calm about it. He's not getting jail time. They're gonna hire him. Is that what you're talking about? Something like that?
Yeah. Like, would you do like essentially crimes, but for the CIA?
Oh no, probably not. One, it's just not my forte. Two, I enjoy like the solo entrepreneurship kind of job style.
Okay.
What about you? Would you?
Maybe.
Do I make you look bad now?
No.
What would you do?
I would do what Tom Cruise did in American Made.
What is that?
I would fly planes for the CIA.
How is that illegal? Or a crime?
Some of the things you do will probably.
Oh, okay. Interesting. All right, well, good question of the day. So now we'll get into the episode. So today we are talking about ish.
Ish.
Do you want to explain that a little bit?
Well, ish sounds like just a noise.
Ish. So give us kind of an example.
So if I want to, I don't know, we'll say get all A's for a semester.
Okay.
And it's going really well studying, but then it's too hard. I don't feel like studying anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I've done pretty well so far, and then they stop. Ish.
And that's where the ish comes in. It's kind of just like, I don't know, would you explain it as like kind of accepting defeat, or do you see it as, accepting that you're not going to hit your goal, so you just do the bare minimum of what you can do to get you by?
I think that's, yeah. Like, I think it's kind of vague.
Yeah, it's very vague.
And I mean, even sometimes it can be like laziness.
Yeah.
Just
so
not feeling it.
So, it's like everybody has that friend, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll be there at 5-ish. No, just kidding. He's always on time.
Okay, that's not true.
I'll be there at 5-ish.
Mm-hmm.
What did you just give me a shirt? What color's the shirt? Red-ish. It's like kind of there, but really not there. You're showing up at 5:45 where you get the shirt and it's maroon. But who's counting? And so it's that kind of mentality of, I'm gonna do it. I have this goal set. I'm gonna crush this goal, and then you kind of get caught in a hurdle or a hiccup, and you don't have that drive or the entire want to perfect your goal how you initially imagined it. And so I mean, this happens a lot. I feel like everybody has their issues.
Oh yeah.
I know mine for sure. I'm guilty of it. Is my diet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go diet. I'm gonna eat healthy this week. Lower my carb intake, lower my sugar intake, and then it's just I ate healthy-ish at the end of the week, and it's
Right.
like, why didn't I stick to it? Because at the end of the day, I'm mad at myself. Um, but one way I think would be good to, set your mind to it and really target it is think not what's the least you can do to be good. So don't, stop thinking about, what's the minimum steps I have to take to be good, and start thinking of like, what's the most I can bear to be great,
Yeah.
because if you start to think about, what can I put myself through that'll let me grow
Mm-hmm.
and still be great, not get overwhelmed, not get stressed out about it, but be great, and not what's the least I can do to just be good.
Reference from your TikTok.
Yes, actually, yeah.
That's
Check
a
out the
good
TikTok, by the way. It's in the link in the description. But so, what do you want to talk about today?
I liked Ish.
Yeah, no, in regards to Ish, I mean.
Okay. You gotta post your goals. Just keep yourself motivated.
Mm-hmm.
Like-
One thing that's really important is accountability.
Yep.
Um,
And that's what if you give yourself a deadline, and maybe tell like a close friend, like, hey,
yeah,
I'm gonna do this.
yeah, because it's easy to think you'll hold yourself accountability,
Right.
or you'll hold yourself accountable, but once you get to that, which way am I going? Am I gonna do the Ish or am I gonna stick to it? You usually pick the Ish
Yeah.
because it's convenient and it's
then
easy.
And then you never tell yourself, oh, that was my fault.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, this happened, so.
And I was reading some of Tony's book, Tony Robbins, Unlimited Power,
He's a
and
good
he
guy.
said people make decisions based off of two factors, and it's what is the pleasure I gain from doing this? What is the pain that I will suffer from doing this? And so people make decisions based off of that. And obviously you want to avoid as much pain as you can, but when it comes to topics such as procrastination,
Mm-hmm.
it's like I have a paper due in a week. If I put it off all week, I'm not going to stress about it until the last day. And then the last day, you're going to stress a ton about it. But in your mind, it's worth it to stress about it for one day than it is to write it for 7.
Right.
And so it's that whole thing of I will get the pleasure of 6 days and the pain of 1. When in reality, you could probably write it the first day and then just kind of reread it and rough draft it throughout. It kind of lowers the performance of it, lowers, the success rate of it. And I feel like a lot of people do that just with a lot of activities that they have in life.
Definitely.
Yeah. And I mean, it's very important to pay attention to that. A big thing, a really big thing that gets people with the issues is instant gratification.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you want to talk about a little bit about that, because I know you like talking about instant gratification.
Yeah, we had a episode on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, you got phones, anything with sugar in it,
Yeah.
'cause your brain likes sugar.
Yeah, when it comes to dieting and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And just all these little things that make you feel good right away.
Yeah. Yeah. So you think of, like you just mentioned with sugar, you think of a diet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, in a week, at the end of the week, I will feel the pleasure of eating well, or I can deal with the pain of knowing I couldn't do it, but I get that instant pleasure of the sugar.
Right.
And same thing with, procrastinating, schoolwork, we'll say, for example, because a lot of people can relate to that. Procrastinating schoolwork, it's really easy to just say, I'll do that. It's like, have you ever heard that saying? It's like, do tomorrow, it's like
Don't do tomorrow what can be done the next day.
or something like that. It's like, I don't know, but something like that, where it's like, oh, do this day, so I'll do it the day before, kind of thing, where it's just like, because it's so easy to get distracted nowadays, with social media and how the world is at everybody's fingertips.
Yep.
So you really, you don't feel the need to just sit down and do your tasks anymore, because there are so many distractions and there's so many things that provide you with that instant gratification.
It would feel so much better in that moment.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, who wants to sit down and type a paper?
Right.
Why not just scroll through Facebook or Instagram or Snapchat? And that's it's one thing you have to pay attention to so heavily, because it can really it's a what's it called, a rabbit hole, and you can get stuck in it, and it's just like a whirlpool of distraction or temptations when it comes to dieting and just stuff like that. It's terrible. And so I don't know, where do you want to go from here? What do you think is a good topic for issues?
I think we should talk about how to get out of an ish rut. 'Cause I feel like when a lot of people fall in, they just kind of stay there.
Right.
They don't know the way out.
Yeah.
So I think we should talk about how to change that.
Okay. I got a topic if you want to.
Okay.
Shout out to Brandon Granger. I don't know if you're watching this right now. But one of my buddies, Brandon Granger, I remember I was watching one of his Facebook videos. He posts videos, that kind of thing, just
Okay.
talking about mentality. And he was talking one time. It's a concept called bust a Yui. And I hope Brandon doesn't hate me for explaining this if I do it poorly, but I'm gonna explain it to the best of my ability. But so basically, it's like you have GPS on your phone.
Okay.
You're driving down the expressway, and you miss your exit. Right? That was your goal. That's where you're intending to go, but you missed it. You passed it, and so instead of your phone yelling at you like, you big dummy, why did you miss this turn? We're never gonna get there now. Just go home, kind of thing. Your phone just says, okay, at the next available spot, take a U-turn
Yeah.
and go back to your path. And so it's that. Oh no, the camera. All right, we are back. Sorry about that little camera freeze up there. But yeah, as I was saying, so instead of your phone yelling at you and beating you down, like, why would you do that? Kind of how we do when we miss our goals, like,
Right.
You're a failure, you can't stick to anything. Your phone's just like, at the next available turn, next available spot, take a U-turn, and get back on track and go back. And that's what people need to do when they realize that they do miss their intended path or their target, or even sometimes you do find a better route to get there. You have a hiccup, and then it kind of allows you to take a step back. You're not so much tunnel minded or like in your own head about the goal, so it gives you some different perspective and you can look at it a little differently. And so it allows you to kind of just take that step back, take a breath, and then continue on your path. Don't beat yourself up, don't be so hard on yourself. Just understand that we are human.
Right.
We are all human, and we're all in this together. None of us are perfect. Nobody says I'm gonna do this and does it every time. Nobody does that.
It took them like 60 attempts to get to the moon.
Yeah. And I mean, when they did it, it was a huge deal.
Yep.
And I mean, that's the thing is like,
How many rockets crashed before we landed on the moon?
I have no clue. Do you know?
No, and that's the point. No
Yeah.
one focuses on all the failures.
That's a really good point, because all they know is that they did it.
Yep.
They see the success, and that's the thing is, and even when it comes to like, one thing we like to talk about is the Impractical Jokers. Talk about how, or just really a lot of successful people, get the title of an overnight success, but nobody sees the years of struggle or sacrifices that they had to do
Yep.
to get to that point. And so if you have a hiccup, you had a hiccup, and that's it. It's a learning experience, but get back on your path and keep going.
And that's not to mention, the leap of faith you have to take when you're, doing the overnight success
Mm-hmm.
from quitting. Because they all had to, the Impractical Jokers had to quit all their day jobs. And everyone thinks, oh, well, when you get a TV show, it's going to work out.
Mm-mm.
No, that's not how that works.
Right.
There's so many opportunities for that to get canceled in production, or maybe they reviewed it and we're like, no, this isn't it.
Right. Yeah.
And so there's a giant leap you're going to have to take at some point,
Mm-hmm.
but it's all part of the journey.
Yeah. And that's one thing I love about life, is when you don't know where you're headed next. And it's like, I don't know. Like you ever watch Night at the Museum?
Yep.
When Ben Stiller says, I have no clue what I'm gonna do tomorrow, and then I forgot the actor's name, but was it Theodore Roosevelt in the movie?
Robin Williams.
Yeah, Robin Williams, but in the movie he was the horseman. And
Theodore Roosevelt, that's correct.
But yeah, he goes, how exciting, and it's like, if you don't know what's coming next, don't be afraid of it. Be excited for it, because it's 1,000 doors of opportunity, and you get to pick what happens next.
And I mean, it's okay to be scared.
Yeah, absolutely.
No one's saying you can't be scared when you make a life-changing decision.
Yeah.
But just make sure you do enjoy it.
Yeah. The process of selecting what you want to do can be terrifying.
Oh,
because, like I said, we're all human. No matter which path you decide to go down, you're going to feel like it's the wrong one. When you do hit a hiccup or hit a tough point in the journey, but the important part is to keep your head up and keep pushing, because if you get stuck in the ish, you'll never finish your goal.
Yep.
Or you'll finish your goal, settling for what you settled for. Yeah.
Yep.
You'll settle for less. You'll be upset at yourself for not ever pushing for more. And I mean, I don't want anybody. I want everybody. I want, everybody to go out and do what they love. Everybody deserves to be happy. Everybody deserves to chase their dreams. And that's what I want for everybody. I want, because we're all capable of the same thing. You know, look at Jeff Bezos. He's so successful. Bill Gates, Steve Jobs. And like the similarity we all have is that, you know, one, we're all human. Two, we all have the same amount of time in a day.
And yeah, we start with different resources, but that shouldn't be an excuse either.
Right. Yeah, I mean, some people start at the top, but what does that stop you from getting there?
Right.
You know? Don't let that discourage you.
And then you got people like Gary Vee.
Yeah.
He started right from the ground.
Yeah. And I mean, I met a gentleman, really cool guy, you know, who really, he started just from nothing and worked his way up, and it was really inspiring. You know, he's mid-30s, and it's like, holy cow, man, like, I'm pretty close to that. You know, that's 15 years away. If in 15 years I'm, you know, looking at the numbers you are, that'll be awesome. And it's not about the numbers, obviously. I mean, they're obviously a pro to the journey, but a lot of it is just the journey.
Yep.
Because you have to develop a personality, and you have to become the person you need to be at the end of your journey, or else you won't appreciate it. And I don't know. I think life is awesome. It really is. It's exciting. It's unknown, and it's fun. But
definitely.
Do you have anything else you want to talk about?
I think that's good.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in to the episode today.
Make sure to like and subscribe.
Yes, like and subscribe. We appreciate all the love and support you guys have been showing us. Make sure to go check out the website. Link is in the description. Follow our Instagram, our TikTok, and we will see you guys in the next episode.
And shout out to Jeff Higley for being our first customer on the website.
Yes.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, Jeff. We appreciate the support, man. We hope you guys have a great Tuesday, and we will see you guys next Monday.
Peace.
Peace.